So I received my Alliant Steel that I ordered from Ballistic Products today. I'm gonna open it up and see if I can figure out some steel loads with the Alliant Steel. So I have not been able to locate the Alliant Steel. I've been looking since December of 2022. Finally located on Precision Reloading website the second week of September. So I've been looking at some different loading data, but have not actually loaded it with Alliant Steel or used Alliant Steel. While I try and get this box opened up here, just curious how everybody's been able to do getting powders and other supplies for their reloading. I've found that I am definitely finding a lot of the powders, and there's much more available for shotgun reloading than what I've seen in the past. But I'd be just curious to find out like other areas and how people are doing with finding their choice powders to use. So there's my 4-pound jug of Alliant Steel. I'm gonna open it up and see if I can find a favorite load of the Alliant Steel. The loads that I've been looking at are from the Status of Steel book, and also from Precision Reloading. It's a reload that I get right with the wads when I ordered them. So the first one I'm going to load up is going to be in a Cheddite hull. It's going to be a clear hull, and I'm going to be using the Precision Reloading TUPRW12 wad. Very similar to the Ballistic Products TPS wad. The biggest difference is the Precision Reloading is very stiff and not as flexible. This here is the TPS wad from Ballistic Products. So again, it's much more soft, and then this is going to be much more non-flexible. The biggest thing you want to do when you're reloading steel is to make sure you're using a good wad, because you do not want a wad that's going to wear through and damage your barrel. So what I have here is clear Cheddite hulls. They're primed and skibbed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load one of those up. Then on the sheet here that I get with the wads, it recommends, or actually the load data specifically states, I'm going to do 1 ounce and 1/8 load. So I'm going to use 25.5 grains of powder. I will need to use a different dipper for the powder. Okay, 25.5. I'll put that down into the hull. And we are going to use the Precision Reloading again, the TUPRW12. Gonna push it down in. Again, I've been told you need to compact it very tightly. What I'm wondering, I am seeing some creep around the wad, or the wad. So I'm gonna pull that back out and put a overshot card down in there to prevent that. And that's a little bit better. There's just a little piece on that side that came up, but it looks pretty good. And we're gonna go with 1 1/8 ounce. Which is 492 grains. And 491 is where it's going to be on this one here. One more BB will be too much. What I'm using here for the BBs are the Crossman BBs. They're .17 BB shot. Actual BB shot is .18, so it's very close. I've noticed that these wads, you got to push the edges of where they're cut. Just got to push them out so they're flush all the way around. And that looks like it's going to come out really nice as far as for crimping. I don't think I'm going to put anything on the top. You know, make sure all of your shot is below or even with the wad, which it is there. We're going to use the 6-point crimp. So I'm going to take my 8-point crimp off and pop it on. Yeah, it looks like a pretty nice crimp. One thing I've noticed is just a little bit of creeping around the wad there. So I might try some other things to try and eliminate that. And I'll do one more, and I'll actually do a duck load with that one. And I'm gonna get out the Lee powder measurer kit and see if we can find a powder measure that's going to be real accurate to get the 25 to 25 and actually 25 and a half grains, but see how close we can get it. I'm just going to look down through the scale here for steel. Here it is, Alliant Steel. So then you just bring it over through the window here. So again, now I can see the Alliant Steel, and I'm looking for 25 and a half. The 2.80 is going to be the closest, and it's saying it's going to be 26.3, so we'll try the 2.80. That's at 23.7. Did spill a little bit, so that could have affected it. These are really big flakes. 25.5. Put that down into the hull. I'm going to use the Precision Reloading TUPR W12. I'm going to try using a piece of napkin. I definitely want the shells to look nice, but I do not want the powder creep. I'm going to trim it down a little bit. See if that's a little bit better. Again, we're going to pack it in there tight. I'm going to use the number 5 steel. Need 494 grains to get 1 ounce and 1/8. Just a little bit extra. $4.93. That's going to come up. Might be just a little low, so I'm going to try taking up some of that space with a felt cushion wad. I'm going to use a 20 gauge 1/8 inch felt cushion wad. Put that on top, and it looks like it should do really good. Yeah, it looks nice. I would prefer not to have the napkin there, but I definitely don't want the powder creep either. Just a little bit. And I'll put a taper on both of them. So I've not shot these yet, so I'm not going to put any of the fingernail polish on the tops to seal them up, but it does make a pretty decent looking shell. Again, there's definitely some powder creep there. I know some other things I've seen is I've seen a recommendation where you just take and crimp this out just a little bit. And that might work better than the overshot card. I can see how it fits into a empty hull. Here's one that I shot the other day. I'll open it up a little bit and just push it down into an empty hull just to see how it feels. It does push down in there a little bit tighter, so that probably would work pretty well. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out to the range, test these 2 loads, see how my patterns are, see what my speeds are, and I will report back with what I find out. Thanks for watching.